When was the last time you were so immersed in something fun that you completely lost track of time? Was it years ago as a child? Or recently doing something that didn't feel like work? That state, what psychologists call flow, isn't just fun. It's one of the most powerful mental states that we, as humans, can experience. The problem is that somewhere along the way, we decided that adults don't play. We replaced play with productivity, deadlines, and endless lists. But science shows we got it backwards. As a designer of play for the past 20 years, from building interactive experiences at Disney and Meta, to shaping the future of interactive toys, I've seen firsthand how powerful play can be. And what I've learned is that it doesn't matter if you are 5 years old or 50. Play is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Neuroscientist Dr. Marion Diamond found that rats, given playmates and toys, literally grew bigger, more adaptive brains than those in bear cages. Those same principles apply to us. When we remove play, we shrink our creativity and resilience. But when we embrace it, we thrive. Play lowers stress chemicals like cortisol. It sparks dopamine, our feel-good reward system, and activates our brain's creative centers. In short, play primes us for breakthrough thinking. We're currently living in a time where creativity, resilience, and connection are more important than ever. But if you look around, most of us are exhausted, stressed, and running on empty batteries. Let's picture the average adult day. First thing in the morning, the alarm goes off. Not quietly, not gently, but like a fire alarm. Then you have the emails before breakfast. You have back-to-back meetings that feel like episodes of a bad TV show. You have the school runs, the deadlines, the grocery list, and finally, at the end of the day, collapsing on the sofa. Maybe a remote in one hand, maybe your phone in the other, just scrolling away until we decide that that's the end of the day. And then repeat. You have day after day after day. Sound familiar? And this is even before you have those viral 5 a.m. celebrity morning routines. Gallup tells us that 8 out of 10 people are disengaged at work. And that's not just a statistic. That's like being in a symphony where most of the orchestra has put their instruments down. Yes, technically the music is still playing, but all that richness, all the energy is gone. And here's the real irony. The very skill that made us adaptable as children, play, is the one we abandon when we need it the most. As kids, play was our operating system. It's how we learned to walk, to talk, to solve problems by pretending, to make friends by inventing games. Play is how we explored that risk safely, how we discovered joy, how we built resilience. But somewhere between childhood and adulthood, we got the message that play is childish, play is silly, play is something to outgrow. And in losing it, we didn't just lose fun, we lost our fuel. We lost the engine of our creativity, the glue that bonds us to other people. We lost one of the most human tools we have for surviving uncertainty. A few years ago, I was leading a creative session that was going nowhere. The harder we tried, the worse it got. The energy in that room felt heavy, like everyone was waiting for someone else to break the silence. Then they grabbed a stack of post-it notes and challenged everyone to create the silliest inventions they can think of. No rules, no pressure, just 5 minutes of making the most ridiculous ideas possible. The atmosphere changed instantly. People laughed, they loosened up, and within minutes, those ridiculous ideas sparked some of the smartest, most creative solutions we'd seen all week. That moment taught them something powerful. That play isn't a distraction from serious work. It's the spark that makes serious work possible. When we let go of pressure and get to explore freely, breakthroughs follow. And science backs this up. When we play, the brain's default mode network lights up. That's that backstage crew of the brain, the part that quietly connects unseemingly unrelated ideas. It's why you get aha moments in the shower, or whilst you're daydreaming on a walk. But it's never usually when you're in the middle of a spreadsheet. Play also dials down cortisol. That's the stress hormone that keeps us in fight or flight mode. High cortisol makes us tunnel visioned, anxious, reactive. Play literally pulls us out of that survival mode and back into curiosity. And at the same time, play pumps out dopamine and endorphins. That's nature's reward system. Dopamine is what makes you lean forward with excitement, and endorphins are what give you that post-play glow. Together, they act like rocket fuel for motivation and creativity. And here's the kicker. Neuroscientists studying brain scans found that play doesn't just activate fun centers. It lights up the same circuits used for learning, for memory, and for problem solving. In other words, play isn't the opposite of learning. It is learning. It's why some of history's greatest breakthroughs don't come from just working harder, but from moments of play. Einstein played violin. Darwin played backgammon every evening. Over time, I've developed a simple set of principles to bring play back into daily life. Permission, perspective, practice, people. Permission. So adults often feel guilty when doing something that doesn't have a purpose. But play isn't wasted time. I know of CEOs who schedule unstructured thinking time into their calendars because they know that's when big ideas emerge. Perspective. Play flips the script. When a deadline comes up, it feels like a war. But play reframes it as a puzzle. And who loves to solve puzzles? We love solving puzzles. A friend of mine turned his daily commute to a game. He would count how many drivers he could make smile by waving. Or he'd make backstories for the people in the cars around him. The traffic didn't change, but his experience of it did. But it wasn't only his experience, it was also the experience of others as well. They all reacted to it. Play doesn't erase problems, it gives us new eyes to see them. 3. Practice. Play is a muscle, and most of us haven't stretched it since childhood PE. It doesn't have to be huge. You could be doodling your notebook, perhaps jumping from each paving stone to the next without stepping on a crack. Or even you could take a new route home. The more you practice, the easier it is to find play in the small nooks of daily life. And finally, 4. Play is contagious. One spark of silliness can turn a tense room into a team again. Just think about the last time you laughed so hard with someone you cried, or your stomach hurt. You probably still remember that moment, many years later. Why? Because laughter imprints connection much more deeply than almost anything else. In teams, shared play isn't just fun. It's glue. It creates safety. It says, I've got you. We're in this together. And that's why the most successful groups all build rituals of play. They know it's not a distraction from the mission. It's what makes the mission possible. People aren't just part of play. People are the play. And play isn't just personal. It's reshaping communities and businesses. During the course of preparing this talk, I saw this firsthand when my own son went into hospital to have a metal rod inserted into his arm. Scary, right? For him and for us as parents. But what struck me was how the hospital didn't just treat the injury. They treated the fear. The nurses used play to prepare him. They turned medical equipment into props for a game. They let him role play and even used storytelling to walk him through what was about to happen. What could have been pure trauma became manageable. Play gave him courage. And it's not just hospitals. If you zoom out to our neighborhoods, Researchers studying playgrounds found that the more children play together, the better they learn to negotiate, to share, and to resolve conflict. Those same skills, empathy, compromise, creativity, are exactly what our world needs more of right now. So when we bring those principles into our lives, we're not just having fun, we're unlocking creativity, resilience, and meaningful connection. Play helps us navigate uncertainty and find joy, even in challenging times. So here's my challenge. When was the last time you truly played? And what might shift in your life, your work, or even your relationships if you made space for it again? Because the opposite of play isn't work, it's disconnection. And if play can give child courage in a hospital, imagine what it could do for you. If we want a future that is more innovative, more human, and more joyful, we need to play our way there. Thank you.